Hey everyone, so this is my video response for unit number 4, and the question asks us to identify and how we're going to apply the strengths-based education into our teaching. And so I kind of made an outline for myself prior to posting this. And so the first one asks, or the first principle is, measurements of students and educator characteristics include strengths assessment, which supplements the typical focus on academic achievement and behavioral data. So I wrote, some educators focus solely upon academic achievement, whereas other educators focus more on a far more spiritual approach and focus on the student's strengths as well. For me personally, I believe that it's important to focus on the student's strengths, take a little bit more of a spiritual approach in teaching, and it's just not stringent upon rules. I feel like there's more to say, there's more to education than just what we learn in the classroom, and it's kind of learning what we learn in the classroom and being able to apply different strengths towards different students and kind of help identify their particular strength. So I know that every student has their own strengths and perhaps weaknesses, and it's kind of my responsibility, I feel, to help them identify their strengths. So that's what I do in terms of that principle. Principle number 2 says, educators personalize the learning experience by practicing individualization, whereby they think about the act upon the strengths of each student. I think for this particular principle, it's important to know that I think Dr. Tana said it really well, and how you have to create like a customized approach in developing a lesson plan or a fitness blog or some kind of a fitness task. So you have to take a more individual approach to see where the student or the client, has their strengths and their weaknesses. Kind of show them what they like, what they don't like, since fitness is a lifelong process, lifelong fitness for wellness. I feel like it's important to apply fitness towards your overall life, not just a certain class. So you can't just have students, take, for example, a body conditioning class and have them work out solely in the weight room. But if they don't like the weight room, then what are they going to do in the future, in 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line? So I think it's important to incorporate different types of activities into a class so we can help develop individual strengths, and kind of, since it's kind of hard in an academic setting to create an individual lesson plan, we can create different lesson plans that help incorporate different types of activities in the class. The next principle is principle number 3, and it says networking with personal supporters of strength development affirms the best in people and provides praise and recognition for strength-based success. And I wrote, networking with personal supporters of strength development is incredibly important. With the phenomenon on the World Wide Web and social media, we can now connect with more people more than ever. We can also encourage our students to connect with one another and support each other in their academic fitness journey. So I think that creating these kind of networks, which we kind of, like on Facebook, for example, or a blog, for example, we have these different outlets where we can work with different mediums to help students and strength coaches or fitness goers, all connect together on a certain forum or a certain site and kind of exchange ideas, exchange strength training techniques, straightening techniques, and things of that nature. So that's that one. So principle number 4 says deliberate application of strengths within and outside classroom fosters development and integration of new behaviors associated with positive outcomes. So when we work with students, it's important to give the students choices that will allow them to leverage their unique strengths in selecting activities that bring out their best. And that's a quote. As educators, we want to see our students bring out their best and thrive. I was discussing our last a class I took last summer, and it was a body conditioning class, and the instructor had all these different various activities. So she focused predominantly on giving us a different exposure towards fitness, and it was kind of interesting because we played, in a body conditioning class, we played ultimate frisbee, and so I think she kind of designed that lesson plan based on our specific needs, because we kind of asked to create like a more fun environment, because weight training and body conditioning and working out in a fitness center is great and it's fun and it's kind of like a playground, but at the same time you kind of want to get out there at times and experience other stuff. So I think that she let us decide what we wanted to do for the day, and instead of working out in the fitness center, we took a day and we went out to the gym and played ultimate frisbee and lose. So that was pretty fun. So we want to keep them highly motivated, and that's the crux of that. And then the fifth principle says intentional development of strengths required that educators and students actively seek out novel experiences and previously unexplored venues for focused practice of their strength through strategic course selection, use of campus resources, involvement in extracurricular activities, internships, mentoring relationships, or other targeted growth opportunities. So I wrote, we as educators and students need to be involved more on campus. Unfortunately for us, online students, those of us who are online students, it's kind of hard for us to be physically on campus, but there are still ways that we can be involved through social media and other, venues that we can, mediums that we can explore as Azusa Pacific University, like we're on campus, because I'm only there once a week, sometimes, every other week, so I'm there seldom also. So I know at Valley College, personally, I have taken many health and fitness classes, to identify my strengths and weaknesses. I know when I lived in New York, I got to intern for the Filmmakers Cooperative, where I worked with experimental cinema and also avant-garde cinema, and kind of the restoration of avant-garde cinema, and also the historical documentation and preservation of films. So it was important for me, to see if I really liked working with more of a management approach to filmmaking as opposed to the creative side of filmmaking. Not necessarily, so I found myself, kind of experimenting with different groups and settings and people, trying to expand my knowledge when I lived in New York. So, that was interesting for me. And as being an educator, I can do the same in terms of help promote different extracurricular activities, internships, and other growth opportunities. I think that's important for us. It's important to help students identify the strengths by introducing them to various clubs, settings, and activities. Building relationships is so important for the students. Therefore, I might mentor students. I have many mentors myself at the community college, and I'm currently working with one of my mentors. He's helping me kind of get a head start in getting employment in the community college and kind of getting my foot in the door. So I'm a strong believer of kind of like extracurricular activities and internships and different kind of opportunities to help myself and others grow. So I think it's really important to promote extracurricular activities and kind of just a way to make friends and get a new understanding of different things. And yeah, that's pretty much it.